By this point, your restoration should be looking pretty good. Now we're going to look at a few things you can do to finish it off and some other things to consider. If you notice that switching off one of your pattern fills improves part of the image, you can put it inside a folder and mask that section away. I noticed that this pattern fill took away the tops of the note stems, so when I was manually bringing back the small flicks, I left these, knowing that I could bring them back more quickly this way. The same is true for other medium-colored lines, such as these side rulings, and some small flicks in the text. As always, you can switch colors and draw again to undo this. In some instances, you might find that it is quicker to bring back a whole section and then carefully take parts away again. If you feel like your pattern fills are too strong, you can adjust them, as shown previously. If you do this, you might see faint markings appear at the edges of your selections that aren't covered anymore. If these appear, you can add these back to the pattern fill. You can keep making small adjustments this way to try and improve the overall look of the restoration. However, you may find other parts of the image might need more work after this, so use your own judgment as to whether these adjustments are worth doing. You might find that it improves the overall look of your image if you hide your restoration, make a color selection from the brightest part of the image, and delete that from your pattern fills. This will work better on less damaged images, as there are larger areas of undamaged paper. If you find your stave lines look a bit thin where you have been using your quick clean or manual cleaning methods, you could make a selection from the stave lines layer, if you made one earlier, and delete it from the pattern fill layers. It's easy to lose track of which parts of the image you have done which techniques to. It might help you spot if you've missed part of your work by alt-clicking on the masks on your layers and folders. You can see from this gap that the notes on the second line missed having their small flicks brought back. If you find that the mask on your top folder doesn't hide all of the damaged paper, you can get a large, soft brush and edit the mask. Be careful not to erase the stave lines you created earlier. When you're happy that you've done everything, you should systematically look through the image, turning your restoration on and off, checking each individual note and word, and improve them if necessary. While you're doing this, you might notice markings that you missed before, such as this plus sign. If for any reason there are areas that you're unsure of how to restore, you can draw a box around it with the shape tool, creating a new layer so an expert can check it for you later. That concludes this video series on digital restoration. You might have found that your image was completed without needing to follow many of these steps. As stated at the start, this is a particularly damaged image which would require more work. The key to making a good restoration is balancing close, detailed work with seeing how much of the work you can get Photoshop to do for you. Don't be afraid to try other techniques beyond the ones we have looked at in these videos if you think they will help improve the quality of your work. Good luck.